Hello everybody and welcome back to the new VR news. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your one channel for everything VR related. Today, we're going over some PlayStation VR 2 leaks. We have some of the coolest and creepiest usage of AR technology I've ever seen, and there's a lot of new game trailers to go over. So let's not waste any more time and jump right into this video, starting with Season 3 of In Death Unchained. Season 3 is currently running a huge tournament featuring yours truly. You have 3 more days to get in game, pledge your allegiance to the content creator of your choice, and potentially win some huge prizes like a B-Haptics X40 tack suit. So if you own In Death Unchained, get in game right now, score some points, and maybe win some amazing prizes. My team is currently in 3rd place, so I could use your support. There's links down in the description with additional information. Okay, so let's move on to a new trailer for the upcoming title Into the Darkness. Into the Darkness is an action-adventure shooter title with a high emphasis on physics. Obviously, some comparisons to Boneworks are being made, but this game appears to have a more streamlined single-player campaign. In a world that's trying to obtain immortality by transferring their consciousness into robotic bodies, something is going terribly wrong, and it's your job to find out what. Into the Darkness is scheduled to release later this year on PSVR, and this latest clip is showing us how much fun we're gonna have with a double-barrel shotgun. Now, if shooters aren't your style, we also got the first official trailer for the VR version of Green Hell. Green Hell is a beautiful looking survival title that puts you up against not only the elements, but also the local wildlife and indigenous population. Hunt, forage, build fires, and ultimately try not to die. Green Hell had a very successful flat screen release back in 2019, and as a huge fan of the forest, I'm really looking forward to trying out this game. There's no official release date, but the new trailer says this title is coming soon. Speaking of coming soon, we also got a launch date trailer for Smash Drums. I was extremely happy to see my buddy Anna Byrne in the trailer because she's one of the best people out there to represent mixed reality content creation. While we don't see a lot of actual Smash Drums gameplay here, Anna definitely helps sell this game. It will be available on the Oculus Quest via the App Lab this June 17th, and if you want to get a sneak peek, there is a link to a free demo down in the description. There's also a demo available for another upcoming VR game, Gravitational. Gravitational is a VR puzzle experience that takes place a few decades into the future, where mankind is experimenting with gravity-based technologies. You play as a handicapped scientist who has to navigate the facility from a wheelchair. Personally, I'm not a fan of this mechanic, but it does look like it works into the overall storyline. Gravitational is yet another one of those titles with no official release date, but is planned to release in 2021. Let's keep that trend going with one more title, Captain Toonhead. We just got a new teaser trailer letting us know this game will also be available on the Oculus Quest sometime this summer. Captain Toonhead is a quirky first-person shooter / tower defense title. We already knew it was coming to PSVR and PCVR, and now with the addition of the Oculus Quest, it's gonna be on all major VR platforms. There aren't many tower defense games in VR, so between that and the over-the-top trailer, I'm definitely interested in trying this game. Overall, this was a pretty amazing week for unique VR game trailers. It's not just shooters, and there's lots of different genres represented here. I'm really happy to see the incoming variety. Now, if you're not interested in picking up any new games right now, we do have some game updates to go over. The story-driven virtual comic book Alt Deus Beyond Chronos is getting a $10 DLC package. Episode Yamato will be releasing this June for the Oculus Quest, and will be coming to other platforms later this year. If you ever wanted to step into and experience an anime, Alt Deus is the closest thing possible. The original game featured a 3-hour campaign, which actually extended up to 15 hours of content, as you could replay the game, make different choices, and even unlock different endings. It was a really bizarre, over-the-top story that I played in one sitting, and I'm definitely looking forward to this new episode. Next up, we have an exercise-inspired update for Creed Rise to Glory. The Oculus Quest version is getting the Endurance Mode update, which will allow you to remove the in-game virtual stamina. So go ahead and swing till you drop, pair this with Oculus Move to see how many calories you might be burning, and instead of going to the gym for some cardio, maybe you should just play some Creed Rise to Glory. Now, my current VR cardio game of choice is Until You Fall, but I'm definitely down with switching it up. Okay, so last up, it wouldn't be an update section of one of my news videos without mentioning Population 1. Population 1 Season 2, The Frontier is here. There's new Western-themed characters, weapons, items, a new playable section of the map, and matches have been increased from 18 players all the way up to 24. Now, over the last 7 months, there has been a decline in the average population 1 player base, but these updates are definitely helping to maintain the population. Let me know down in the comments if you're still playing, or if Season 2 is going to bring you back in. Okay, so let's move on to one of the coolest uses of AR I have ever seen, and that is the interactive story, The Book of Asmodeus. This is an interactive, horror-themed, augmented reality, choose-your-own-adventure. With the use of a cell phone, you get to watch the book, and your surroundings come to life. You'll use your voice to interact with the story and even summon demons. You'll be presented with choices which may lead to your sudden death, and you'll be incorporated into the book itself. As cool as this sounds using your cell phone, imagine how much more immersive this will be with a pair of AR glasses. The Book of Asmodeus is currently a work in progress, but you can go to their website for some additional information and get on the waiting list. Okay, so before we move into our main topic, we just have one more quick update for Steam VR. Beta version 1.17.8 now allows you to adjust the in-game field of view and the overall world scale. This can allow for increased clarity as you're only rendering a subset of the original image, and overriding the world scale is ideal for adjusting a virtual cockpit. This will allow you to dial in the overall dimensions, making the cockpit feel that much more realistic. It's not a huge update, but it's nice to see, and I know there were some people looking for this. Personally, I'd like to see them update their virtual desktop style features. We were recently given the option to load up a specific application and even attach the screen to our hand, but it's not the same level of functionality you would get in something like OVR Toolkit. I'm sure we'll get some more updates one of these days. Okay, so let's move on to the main story, the leaks for the Sony PlayStation VR 2. For whatever reason, Sony has not yet released device specifications. We know a few things about the tracking, controllers, and connection to the PlayStation, but we don't know anything specific like the resolution. An article from Upload VR, however, says that multiple sources have confirmed some of that information. We know that PlayStation VR 2 dev kits are out in the wild, so I'm inclined to believe that this information is all true. So let's start with that resolution, which is 2000 by 2040 per eye, or a total of 4000 by 2040. Now, this isn't as high as the HP Reverb G2 or the recently announced HTC Vive Pro 2, but it is a significant upgrade from the original PlayStation VR and even rivals the Valve Index. This is more than high enough to resolve the screen door effect. There will be a manual IPD adjustment. The headset will be capable of gaze tracking, which will be used for foveated rendering. If you're not familiar with foveated rendering, it's a technique where the resolution is rendered at a much higher rate where you are looking and decreased in surrounding areas, greatly improving overall performance. There's also the possibility to use this technology to increase clarity, using super sampling in the area of your gaze, and rendering at normal resolution outside of your gaze. There's also apparently a motor for haptic feedback in the headset itself. Now, this might sound strange, but as a B-Haptic tack suit owner, I'm currently extremely aware that I'm not getting hit in the head, and spreading out haptics to other parts of the body has a huge impact. So when we combine these new features with what we already know about the next PlayStation VR, it looks like we're getting a truly next-gen headset. Just a quick recap, Sony is already known for some amazing exclusive titles. The new controllers feature those amazing adaptive triggers found on the PlayStation 5 controllers. Tracking should be greatly improved over the PlayStation VR external tracking solution, as this headset is switching to inside-out tracking. We have truly impressive panels, and possibly the first commercial usage of eye gaze tracking and foveated rendering. I was actually a late adopter to the PlayStation VR. One thing that really held me back was how limited their hardware was. But even now in 2021, I'm still really impressed with some of the PlayStation VR games. Right now, the emphasis should be on producing high-quality software rather than increasing the resolution of already good enough headsets. A lot of modern headsets are exceeding the capabilities of the user's GPU, and headsets like the HTC Vive Pro and Pimax 8KX are actually starting to deal with bandwidth issues of the GPU's DisplayPort. So the specs I've listed today are more than enough for the next generation PlayStation VR 2, and I'm really excited because I know they're going to throw some amazing games our way. Okay everybody, that was today's new VR news. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, and as always, I will see you guys on next time.